Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're tackling a massive hurdle that literally stops countless potential creators dead in their tracks. Our goal here is simple, but honestly, it's absolutely crucial. We're going to help you totally crush that crippling analysis paralysis so you can finally hit record on your first batch of YouTube topics. We're drawing on some truly brilliant, hard-earned insights from creator and entrepreneur Ali Abdaal to map out exactly how you can launch your channel without getting bogged down by all those pesky little details.
Look, I completely get it. It is so easy to get completely overwhelmed before you even begin, right? You sit down, you stare at that daunting blank screen, and suddenly you feel like you need a flawless, million-dollar business plan, a perfectly defined niche, and a 10-year strategy all mapped out right out of the gate. But let me tell you, that over-strategizing, it's a massive trap. It keeps you benched on the sidelines. We need to drop the pressure of perfection right here, right now.
And that brings us to the ultimate inciting incident of our explainer, the real catalyst for getting unstuck. The magic number is 7. This is the get-going rule. Your absolute number one and frankly only objective right now is to make your first 7 videos. That's literally it. You really don't need to overthink the niche or stress about the lighting or map out a long-term strategy. You just need to create 7 videos.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for the explainer. First, the get-going stage. Second, finding your alignment. Third, content first versus business first. Fourth, leaning into your expertise. And finally, generating your first topics.
Section 1. The get-going stage. Overcoming analysis paralysis. So, the reality is you have to earn the right to strategize, and you do that by simply proving you can actually make a video. That's why there's this highly effective 3-part framework for your YouTube journey. Get going, get good, and get smart. Right now, we are firmly stuck at step 1. Now, you might think you need to be at step 3 already, applying heavy strategy and aggressively niching down, but you don't. You literally just need to get going and make those first 7 videos. Why? Well, because the actual messy process of making these initial videos will teach you what kind of content you actually enjoy creating. I mean, you might realize you completely hate long-form videos and prefer short-form. Or you might figure out you can't stand talking about a topic you thought you loved. You can't learn that by just theorizing. You only learn that by doing. So once you've made your 7, then you can spend the next 20 to 30 videos just getting good at the craft. Only after all that do you actually get smart with strategy.
Section 2. Finding your alignment. Connecting passions to profit.
Now, what's really interesting here is how alignment serves as your ultimate guiding compass. It's kind of like the secret sauce that links your personal joy directly to your financial goals. Without this alignment, you'll either burn out entirely because you absolutely hate what you're doing, or you'll go broke because your content has basically nothing to do with what you're actually selling.
Let's break down this framework, because it's super helpful. We have the 3 F's: fun, fulfillment, and finances. And then we have the 3 entities: you, your content, and your business. Making videos that you personally vibe with, that brings you fun and fulfillment. That right there is the alignment between you and your content. But you get that 3rd F, finances. You really need alignment between your content and your business. The videos you make must naturally connect to a product or service you offer. When you get all 3 of these aligning perfectly, boom, you hit the creator jackpot.
Section 3. Content first versus business first. 2 paths to YouTube success.
So, there are 2 really distinct paths you can take here. First up is content first, which is when you build an audience purely for the fun and fulfillment of it with zero immediate care for the money. You might spend 2 or 3 years just grinding away, slowly building up trust, and then maybe monetizing way later through brand deals or product launch down the line. Then, there's the business first route. If you want to actually make money without waiting years, this is by far the more reliable approach. Here, you focus on solving an existing problem using skills you already possess, and you basically use YouTube purely as a marketing channel for that specific solution.
Section 4. Leaning into your expertise. You don't have to be a comedian.
Now, if you're sitting there worrying that you aren't naturally funny or super charismatic enough for YouTube, please remember this. You do not have to be Mr. Beast to succeed. Take Tiago Forte, for example. He is a productivity and personal knowledge management expert. He doesn't do crazy over-the-top stunts or stand-up comedy on his channel. No way. He simply provides highly credible, incredibly valuable information. He leans entirely into his own expertise. When viewers watch his videos, they immediately recognize his authority, which builds immense trust. And because his content solves really complex productivity problems, those same viewers gladly pay for his courses.
And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates our point. Grounding your content in specific skills you already possess is just unbelievably powerful. Take Hannah, for instance. She's a professional ballet dancer. By taking her real-world, highly specialized expertise and turning it into educational content and courses, she generated £15,000 in just a few months. That is incredible. She solved highly specific problems for a highly specific audience. And the thing is, you have expertise too, whether that's from your day job, a lifelong hobby, or even a personal struggle you've managed to overcome.
Section 5. Generating your first topics. Rapid-fire brainstorming.
All right, it's time to put pen to paper and just go with your gut. Here is our first question for you. Think about your day-to-day life. Do your coworkers constantly ask you how to format a tricky spreadsheet? Do friends always hit you up for relationship advice, or how to fix their car, or how to properly meal prep? The things people naturally come to you for are basically giant neon signs pointing straight toward your natural competitive advantages. These are areas where you already hold everyday expertise that you honestly probably take for granted.
Moving on, the crucial point here is to really uncover those hidden talents. Ask yourself, what are the things you find weirdly easy but others find weirdly hard? Maybe organizing a super messy closet takes you 5 minutes and brings you deep inner peace, while it literally gives your best friend a full-blown panic attack. Or maybe you can pack a suitcase with absolute surgical precision. These things you find weirdly easy could effortlessly form the foundation of a highly educational, highly clickable how-to video.
Now, let's up the stakes a bit. Imagine a whole year of daily teaching. If you had to teach someone something every single day for 365 days, what would it be? This question really tests the true depth of your interest. Like, you might enjoy making sourdough bread, but could you realistically talk about it every single day for a year? If the thought alone exhausts you, it might not be your core channel topic. You really need to pick a subject you won't get deeply bored of after just 3 weeks of filming.
Okay, let's completely strip away the finances for a second, bring it right back to that very first F, fun. If you knew you could never make any money from it, like zero financial incentive, zero chance of getting rich, what topics would still light a fire in you? What would you talk about? We have to remind ourselves that authenticity and genuine joy in the content creation process are pretty much the only things that will actually prevent creator burnout in the long run.
And that leads us to the final, and definitely the most important question of all. Look at the answers you just brainstormed, and just pick one. What will your very first video be about today? It doesn't have to launch a massive empire, guys. It literally just has to be video number 1. So, set up your phone, hit record, and ask yourself, what are you waiting for?